shifting from right to left. Play action to that side. Rolling right, looking. Fires in the end zone. Gonna be caught. Touchdown. That's a tight end from 15 yards out.
Welcome to the Bowl Season Stories Podcast, Season 3, Episode 13. I'm Nick Carparelli, the Executive Director of Bowl Season, and today we are joined by former Arizona Wildcat and four-time Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. If you missed any of our previous episodes, you can catch them on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, or anywhere else you listen to your podcasts. And if you enjoyed today's show, we'd appreciate you to like, subscribe, and drop a 5-star rating. And as always, you can follow all the Bowl Season news on our website, bowlseason.com, and on social media at Bowl Season. Today's show is brought to you by Sport Radar, reimagining immersive experiences for sports fans and bettors. And TaxAct, the official tax filing software of Bowl Season. Go to taxact.com to get started today. Today's guest spent 11 seasons in the NFL with the New England Patriots and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where the former Arizona Wildcat won a total of 4 Super Bowl championships. Please welcome to the show the one, the only, Rob Gronkowski. Rob, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yes, Nick, what's up, my man? Thanks for having me on today, man. It's a pleasure.
Must be kind of a slow day for you to be hopping on our podcast. You're not jumping out of any planes today? What's going on with that?
No, not today. And I actually just finished up with my weekly Kay Adams show type interview. I co-host a show with her / I get interviewed by her as well. I do it every single week, every Wednesday from 11 to 12 Eastern time. So I just got off the FanDuel Kay Adams show. We talk football. We talk what's going on in the NFL and all that good stuff.
Awesome. Well, all our listeners, make sure you listen to Gronk on the Kay Adams show for sure. So many things we could talk about. Sometimes I have guests, Rob, on the show, and I'm preparing for questions, and I could basically ask them everything there is to know about them. With you, that's impossible. But we'll start out with your college career. How does a kid from upstate New York, whose father played football at Syracuse, end up at the University of Arizona?
Yes, that's a great question. It actually has to do with my father, bringing him up, saying he played at Syracuse because my dad, he's in the fitness industry. He's been selling fitness equipment, retail and commercially for 33 years now. And then he went out into one of those conventions where, you know, everyone goes and meets up that sells fitness equipment throughout the whole world or throughout the whole United States. And he met a buddy there that was doing the same thing as him, that sold equipment in the state of Arizona. And he went to the University of Arizona. So it was an alumni of the University of Arizona Wildcats. My dad became good friends with him about 25 years ago, 30 years ago, through his work, through what they do, selling fitness equipment. And therefore he'd said, "Hey, Papa Gronk, you got to bring your kids to Arizona." So we went to Arizona. He influenced my dad to bring us to Arizona for a recruiting visit. I went there my sophomore year in high school and fell in love with the place. That's kind of the short story of how I got there.
Not hard to fall in love with the weather out there for sure. I'm a Syracuse guy. I'm a little disappointed you didn't go there. Did you even consider that, or was it just, did you want to get out of that cold weather?
No, I definitely considered Syracuse. My Final Four was Syracuse, Ohio State, Clemson, and the University of Arizona. But I just felt attached to the University of Arizona ever since my sophomore year in high school. I always knew I wanted to go there, but I really like Syracuse. I really like Clemson as well. And Ohio State's Ohio State. It was definitely, top notch and amazing. But the University of Arizona just felt like the right place for myself, and it sure was, baby. It got me to where I am now.
There were no wrong decisions there. I'd have to say you made the right one for you for sure. Well, tell us about your time at Arizona and what's it like to be a college athlete? How much fun did you have there? And maybe how's it different in college, playing college football versus the NFL?
Yes. Oh, it's a big difference playing college football versus the NFL. No doubt about that. But my college career, I had a fantastic time. I had so many friends on the team. The University of Arizona Wildcats, we were kind of an up-and-coming program. Mike Stoops was our head coach at the time. He did a wonderful job with the program as well. When I got there, everyone's like, "Why are you going to the University of Arizona?" It really wasn't for the football program. I knew the football program was up on the rise, so that definitely satisfied my need for where it needed to be, the program. It wasn't like they were coming off a 1-11 season. They were just starting to rebuild. They were right in the middle of the rebuild session, so I knew it would be a great opportunity to help them out and also compete and win games, which we did. And we went to my first University of Arizona Wildcats football program. We went to our first bowl game my sophomore year when I was there in college, and we went to the Las Vegas Bowl which is pretty spectacular. It was their first bowl game in 10 years. My brother was also on the team. He was at the University of Maryland. He transferred to the University of Arizona. He was our fullback, which is incredibly awesome. Just overall, my college experience was amazing. I wouldn't have changed a thing from my freshman year all the way to my junior year, and then leaving early to go to the NFL. So just what a great experience going across country, the weather, the palm trees. I mean, ridiculous every single day. It was sunny. It was 80 plus degrees out every day. Just overall, great time, man. And the pool parties, those were pretty spectacular as well.
So you're saying Gronk Beach actually started a long time before it became official?
Yes, that's a good point, Nick. It sure did. And that's how kind of Gronk Beach formed, was because of all the stories we told about going to the University of Arizona, of how they had the pool parties all the time. And the people that throw Gronk Beach actually went to the University of Arizona as well. So pretty incredible right there, my man.
You're making a pretty good recruiting pitch right now if anybody's considering going to Arizona to play football or just to go. You mentioned bowl games, and this podcast is bowl season stories. Love to know about your experiences at bowl games, and for the fan, right? They'll turn on a bowl game, they watch it for 3 hours. Not a lot different than a regular season game, but for the players, you're there 3, 4, 5 days in advance. You're doing all these fun activities that you might have never done before. You're doing it with your friends, with your teammates. A lot of great stories from that, I'm sure. I don't know if some of them you're willing to share publicly or not, but tell us about some of your best memories from the bowl games you participated in.
I would say the best memories is the gift package. I mean, especially back then, because now there's NIL, so you're kind of getting gifts all the time now. But back then, when I was in college, I was running off of like $100 a month, just trying to feed myself and get through the day and get through the month and get through the week, just because, money was very scarce at that time. And then whenever you go to a bowl game, you're like, man, look at this gift. I got an Xbox, or I got a Nintendo Wii, or whatever it was. And then you kind of sell half of the gifts as well, like to your friends or to your buddies, or on Craigslist. I remember that, just to have a little bit more income, or else you would just use the gift as well. So getting the gift packages was always one of the best parts, no doubt about it. And then just the whole experience as well. My first bowl game I went to was the Las Vegas Bowl, which was in Vegas. So that was my first time ever going to Vegas. It was my first time my mom was ever in Vegas as well. Same with my brother Chris, who was on the team. So just feeling that whole experience of the Vegas atmosphere was just an unbelievable experience, and getting to know like what Vegas offered at such a young age. And just being able to go out there. We practiced at the UNLV facilities. We played the game at the UNLV football stadium. So just overall, it was an awesome time, and great weather there as well in Vegas for a football game for sure.
Have you ever been to Vegas since?
I've been to Vegas just a couple times since then. I'm pretty sure I made ESPN a few times going out in the nightlife in Vegas when I was about 23 years old. The one time I had a broken arm with the Patriots, I broke my arm, and then I was in Vegas with a cast in my hand. I kicked my brother right in the middle, dead center of his body, right in the midsection. Turned around and stone cold stunner him, because we were a little tipsy. I was like 23 years old. Next thing I know, it was on ESPN for 3 days. It was one of my biggest highlights I've ever had, doing the WWE at a nightclub on stage. So those memories are just great to laugh at now, my man.
And now you're hosting a bowl game, the LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. That was announced a couple of weeks ago. A lot of excitement around that. I mean, I can't believe the attention, the publicity that got. Whose idea was that, and what are your plans for the game?
Yes, the attention was actually mind-blowing. I mean, I thought it was going to be a big thing, but it turned out to be like something extraordinary big. Like, it was all over the place. It was headlines on ESPN, it was headlines on Fox. It was really, really cool to see that. And it's super special too, because I'm one of the first persons ever to host a bowl game, especially an athlete. And it used to be the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, and he passed it down to myself now. And now I'm about to Gronkify this bowl game. And it's actually a full circle moment too, Nick. Like I said, the first bowl game I played in, the first bowl game that the University of Arizona went to in 10 years when I got there, was the Las Vegas Bowl my sophomore year in college. And guess what? The Las Vegas Bowl was the conference matchup, the number 5 Pac-10 seed versus the number 1 Mountain West seed. And guess what? We beat BYU, who was ranked number 17 at that time. We beat them 31-21. My brother had a nice touchdown up the middle. Willie Tuatama threw for over 300 yards, had one of his best games of his career. It was the first bowl game going to, and on top of it, winning for the University of Arizona. And now think about this. It's a full circle moment because that conference matchup, when we beat BYU, is now in LA at the LA Bowl, and that's the bowl game I will be hosting. So it's kind of like I'll be hosting the same exact bowl game that I won about, what was that, 15 years ago, 14 years ago. So it's a full circle moment, my man. It's a pleasure to be doing it. It was actually the LA Bowl actually hit me up. They're the ones who came that brought the attention to me about hosting it as well. Because the contract with Jimmy Kimmel expired. So they're like, hey, we want an athlete now, like someone, that's played football. So just an unbelievable opportunity. And on top of it, check out our logo right there, LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk at SoFi Stadium, one of the best stadiums in the world. Let me tell you that. I was just there the other week. I actually played a football game in there as well. The game I broke my ribs. So bad memories there, but it's okay. I'm going to reverse it. It's going to be great memories now. Super excited to host the game. What else can I say? I can go all day about it.
We're so excited to have you a part of bowl season, buddy. Really appreciate you getting behind it too. Bowl games are so important, and you're going to add a lot to the whole season, not just the LA Bowl. In that Las Vegas Bowl, was there a Gronk spike in that game, or was that not a thing yet, or is that more of an NFL thing?
It's more of an NFL thing, and unfortunately, I did not score a touchdown that game. And think about it too. That was my last college football game I've ever played too, because I did not play my junior year, which is unfortunate. I really wish I could have at the University of Arizona played my junior year. It would have been a heck of a season. They had a great year. We had a great team, but that was my last game I played in college. Was this bowl game that's coming up. And there was kind of a Gronk spike because my brother scored a touchdown on a play-action pass. He was a fullback, very athletic fullback. He went up the middle, pretending he was going to block the linebacker. Willie Tuatama faked the handoff. The linebacker bit. My brother went right up the middle past the linebacker, caught the ball on a great turnaround catch, and I ran it for about another 15 yards right into the end zone. So my brother, who's a Gronk, had a touchdown. So that's kind of a Gronk spike moment right there. Even though you couldn't spike the ball in college at that time, that was actually a 15-yard penalty if you did that. But it's just an amazing opportunity. And now think about it. My brother is one of the sponsors now. I just showed you our logo, and this is actually my brother's company right here as well. The one who scored the touchdown in the Las Vegas Bowl for Arizona, who was my teammate and brother at the time. He started a company, Ice Shaker, right here, baby, and he will be sponsoring the LA Bowl as well. And if you want to keep your drink cold or your coffee hot for more than 24 hours, you get an Ice Shaker, baby. If you want to shake that protein and get jacked, get big muscles like these bad boys, stay defined, you drink your protein out of an Ice Shaker, Nick. That's what's up.
I have an Ice Shaker. Your brother Chris and his company are great sponsors of bowl season as well. He was at our annual meeting last year. I can't wait to see him. You're getting all the credit for the Gronk spike, but now I know he's the originator of it.
Actually, he's the originator because he actually scored a touchdown because he went to the pros. He played 3 years in the NFL, and he did originate the Gronk spike. He was the first one to Gronk spike a football in the NFL when he caught a 1-yard touchdown pass from Tony Romo his rookie year, and he absolutely spiked that thing to the moon. So Chris G is the originator of the Gronk spike. We actually determined that last year. I said it on air, actually. So we all know he started it, and he loves it as well. You got to bring it up to him the next time you see him.
I will for sure. He'll love that. Open-ended question here. You could take it whatever direction you want. You're a guy who likes to have a lot of fun. New England Patriots are known for an organization really very focused. What was it like for you to be a New England Patriot?
It was amazing. It was one of the best times of my life. I played there 9 years. I would not change a single thing. The program that, the organization that I was drafted to, I just super thankful that I actually did go to New England. There is no doubt about that. My career there, I will be a New Englander for life. I will be a Patriot for life. There is no doubt about that. And just the time, just throughout the whole New England area, the time being on the team, the time being outside of the facility, out off the field was just unbelievable. I mean, going out in the city of Boston, going anywhere in the New England area is just amazing. Everyone just welcomes me with open arms, just accepts me everywhere. That's why I love New England. They accepted me from the beginning of who I am, just being silly off the field, being silly on the field. New England will be a home for life, and there's no doubt about that.
That's awesome to hear that. Now, your former teammate Julian Edelman does a pretty good Bill Belichick impression. Any impressions from you, Coach Belichick, Tom Brady? You got any of those guys down?
I mean, Julian is the guy that can impersonate anyone at any time. He can impersonate me. He can impersonate Brady, Belichick at any time. I usually leave it up to him to do the impersonations. But I can do one for Julian that he does to me whenever he sees me. I'm down a little bit in the locker room. It's a sad day for me. I'm beat up, and Julian comes in the room. He's big. He's bad. He's the big bad rock. And then he gets me all excited. I get up, I chest bump him. So that was a pretty good impression how he does that when he comes strolling through the locker room and he sees me and he knows I need a little pickup. So Julian's the man, unbelievable teammate, unbelievable player. Hopefully he makes the LA as well because he lives out there in LA and he's always on Fox with me every Sunday as well doing the pregame shows. So love Julian, man. Love him.
Gotta have friends and teammates like that pick you up when you're down. Let's talk about let's transition to your life outside of football. You're a WWE superstar amongst other things. You won a championship gold at WrestleMania. I'm not even sure what that means exactly, but what was that experience like? And you think you'll ever get back in the ring?
That was a dream come true as well. When I was in second grade, I remember my friends and I, we would throw our backpacks down. We'd pull each other's shirts off. We would be throwing punches at each other like we were in the WWE. We would get up on the table and jump onto each other because we loved the WWE. And we loved watching Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Val Venus, all those amazing guys, good guys that sure are. And just to be able to get the call from the WWE to do something with them was just extraordinary. I was in the Royal Rumble. My friend Mojo Rawley, who's actually in the WWE at the moment, the Royal Rumble is where there's like 40 guys in there, and then the last standing wins, and there's like 3 guys left. Jinder Mahal, he threw a drink on me, and it made me mad. I stepped over the ring side in the front row, got into the ring and absolutely leveled Jinder Mahal. And that was one of the most incredible moments of my life. You know, a dream has come true to get just a little part of the WWE. And then I was the 24/7 champion as well. Longest tenured 24/7 champion of all times. I was like 42 days, thanks to COVID, because they couldn't get the belt back. We couldn't do anything. So thank you, COVID, for that opportunity to make me the WWE 24/7 champion for 42 days.
Congratulations on that. Rob, I live in Rhode Island. You mentioned New England before. I know you still spend a lot of time up here, so you never know when there's going to be a Gronk sighting in the area. In fact, my son is a student assistant for the basketball program at Providence College. He called me about a month or so ago and said, "Hey, Dad, I just rebounded for Gronk at our facility." I knew you love basketball, but what were you doing? What were you training for? A big Gronkowski family pickup game, maybe?
No, I was just training to train, man. Basketball is just fun to do it. You know, running around the backyard, running sprints in the track. I mean, it's boring after a little bit. I love to get my cardio in. I love to get my workout in while doing an activity. So what better activity to do than basketball? I feel like it heals my body as well. My body took a beating throughout my whole career, so it heals it. It kind of activates every part of my body as well, from head to toe, from down my arm all the way back up my arm. Like, it just feels so good. You use every single body part when you're playing basketball. I just do the drills, and I want to thank your son as well. You said your son, right?
Yes.
Yes, I want to thank him as well for rebounding for me, because without him, it wouldn't have been such a smooth day because my shots were all over the place. He was running back and forth. So it was just so great to practice without having to get your own rebound. So then you can just keep continuing to put shots up while he's rebounding. So thank you to your son. I appreciate the hard work and dedication. But I also love to work out still. I love to stay fit. It's just part of my blood. It just keeps me going. It keeps me healthy. It keeps me feeling good. And what better way to do it than playing basketball, man? I feel so good after every time I play basketball.
I love how close you are with your family. Your dad, Gordy, we mentioned, played at Syracuse. Your brothers, Gordy, Dan, Chris, Glenn, all played football as well. I think of all the things you've done, one of the funniest things I've watched you do was Celebrity Family Feud with your dad and your brothers. Was that as much fun as it looked?
Yes, Celebrity Family Feud is the best. Steve Harvey is the absolute man. I love the guy. He's so creative. He's so witty at all times. And that's not to blow my dad's head up anymore, but that's where his nickname came about, was the creator. Steve Harvey looked at him and goes, "You the creator." And then ever since, my dad has called himself the creator. And let me tell you, it's a great name. It's a name that's stuck. So Steve Harvey, thank you for a wonderful show. Thank you for Celebrity Family Feud as well. That's a great time. Anyone, if you ever get asked to go on, you have to go on. It's an incredible experience.
I can see your dad loving that nickname. That's a pretty good one. Although I was a little disappointed you didn't make it to the fast money round.
No, we didn't. We lost to the Pete family. And the Pete family, they're unbelievable. I love the Pete family. That was my first time I've ever got to meet them, but they beat us and we barely lost. We barely lost at the last moment. So we didn't make it, but hey, it's all right. We had a good time playing.
If you did make it, who were the two guys that were going to go up to the fast money? Did you figure that out?
I would probably say myself, because I'm big fast money myself, baby. And then I would go with Chris, who was actually the creator of Ice Shaker. He's like a low-key genius. He kind of knows, like, he's like Rain Man a little bit. He just knows everything for some reason.
Well, whichever one of you went second, I was just envisioning like the first guy not doing so good, and the second guy comes up and looks up at the board and it's 50 points, and you just giving him crap right on the spot.
That's what would happen. That's why I would go first, and my brother would come second and have to make up for us.
Well, you've said that you weren't always as outgoing as you are now. You were even too shy to dance. Is that true? And where did your confidence come from? At what point in your life did that kind of click over?
Yeah, I was always a little bit too shy to dance, kind of because I was probably say I was uncoordinated at a little bit at sometimes. I mean, I grew so fast that my body really didn't keep up with my, how fast I was growing with. So I was kind of awkward for a little bit in my life. Didn't really understand my body and how to control it. But eventually, once everything started flowing, boom, I just let it go, baby. And then once you let it go, it just starts firing on all cylinders. So like through high school, I was always awkward. I never really danced. I always thought it was awkward. And one of my friends, one of my football teammates was like, just let it rip. Who cares? And that always stuck with me as well. And just who cares? Just let it rip. Whatever moves you have, as long as you own them. If you just own them, even though if they're crappy, they're still amazing then.
Well, you're certainly not bashful now. I know there's another tight end who's playing now that's getting a lot of the spotlight. I think he thinks he's a pretty good dancer. How would that competition go?
Oh, he's actually a really good dancer. You're talking about Travis, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, he came to Gronk Beach. Speaking about Gronk Beach earlier, he came to Gronk Beach last year when it was at the Encore Wynn Beach Club during the draft last year in Vegas. And we had a dance off. He's got some hips. He can drop it. He can move. He can groove. So I got to give it to him. He's loose. He's loose in the midsection. So his hips, when you got the hips, like who says that? It's Shakira. She always says hips don't lie. And that's the truth. If you got incredible hips, if you got loose hips, hey, you're good to go because the hips don't lie.
Good one. Good one. Couple more things for you. I want to give you an opportunity to talk about something. I feel like a lot of the work you do for charity and to help other people goes unnoticed. I know you do a lot of work for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and other organizations. I think you donated 1.2 million recently to build a playground in Boston. Congratulations on that. Everybody sees Gronk having fun. Who knows what you spend your money on, but you do so much good work. What was behind the decision to refurbish that playground, and what motivates you to help other people?
Yes, definitely. I just always love to give back, especially with kids. I had such a great childhood growing up. I feel like the childhood I had growing up has definitely helped me get to where I am because I was competing every single day versus my brothers. They were always older and versus my friends. So I had the opportunity to be the type of player that I am because of my childhood. It was just established and ingrained into me from the very beginning when I was a young buck. So that's why I started the Gronk Nation Youth Foundation to give back to the kids that are less fortunate to give, whatever they need, the tools that they need to succeed and to have the opportunities to succeed like I did. In the Gronk Nation playground that's going up in the Esplanade area, right on Sterl Drive, right when you come out of the tunnel, right off the Charles River. There's a playground there right now, and we're refurbishing the playground, making it brand new. It's going to kind of be like a sporty type playground for kids ages 5 to 12. And it's just an awesome opportunity to give back to the New England community. I mean, like I said, my 9 years, I would have not changed a thing. New England will be a home for me for life. I'm a Patriot for life. That's for sure. I won 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots. So I want to give back to the city of Boston. They opened their arms up fully for myself when I got to the Patriots. They welcomed me like no other place would welcome me. So it's going to be really cool. The playground is going to start getting built next year in April. And I just can't wait for it to be finished. It's going to be awesome. The kids are going to love it. There's going to be so much cool things on the playground for the kids to be entertained and to be active as well, and to make themselves a better player as well in whatever sport they're doing, because there's going to be a lot of things enabled for them to do that type of stuff.
So good. So good. Anything else with you coming up we should know about? We talked about jumping out of planes, WWE, Gronk Beach, hosting a bowl game. That one's coming up quick. You're in. I think you're in more commercials than Peyton Manning now. I don't know if that's an official tally. What else can we look forward to out of you?
Yes, you know, I like working, man. I like staying busy. I like keeping the brain active. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that. I mean, yes, I'm retired from football, and when I retired from football, everyone acted like it was kind of like I was 80 years old and I was retired from life as well. But that's just how it seemed like, obviously. But obviously, that wasn't the case. But just overall, man, I like to stay busy. I love to stay working out. Love to stay active. And if you stop doing things, you stop using your brain, you stop using your muscles, you stop using your tools, you're going to lose them. They're going to go limp. They're going to go dead on you. So that's why I love to do everything. Love to stay active. Love to keep my mind going. Talking about football every Sunday with Fox here on this show with you for bowlseason.com, baby. I want to give a shout out to you guys for doing such a great job, and also being a part of my bowl game, talking about my bowl game, the LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk, baby, at SoFi Stadium. So, hey, stay busy, but also I like to have my downtime as well. Love to get massages, love to just chill out for a day, recuperate, so then I can hit the road again and give it my all.
Well, it certainly is good to be Gronk. That's for sure. Really appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate what you bring to the world, how much fun you have, how much you include other people. You are a great football player. You're just as good of a guy. Appreciate you spending time with us.
Awesome, Nick. Thanks for having me, man.
Vapor Apparel has all your game day essentials, from eco-friendly lightweight sun protection shirts and hoodies to cozy joggers and Sherpa fleece pullovers. Vapor has the layers you need to get outside and stay out longer. Plus, as bowl season's official apparel sponsor, they're creating limited edition shirts for bowl-bound teams made with 100% Reprieve fiber from recycled water bottles. Want to celebrate your team's bowl bid with official bowl-bound gear? Get yours and explore more at bowlseason.com.
Well, that'll do it for this week's podcast. If you missed any of our past episodes, you can catch them on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, or anywhere else you listen to your podcasts. And if you enjoyed today's show, we'd appreciate you to like, subscribe, and drop a 5-star rating. And as always, you can follow all the bowl season news on our website, bowlseason.com, and on social media at bowlseason. Thanks for listening.